Alright guys, it's Captain Eric from the Jolly Roger Aviation YouTube channel. We have a pretty decent trip. We're going to Austin, San Diego, and Newark. We're going to go to an awesome barbecue joint in Austin. We're going to go to a Rave. That's right, a Rave in San Diego, and then a short stay in Newark. But en route, we're going to talk to you about what it's like flying over the holidays. This trip touches New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Let's go. We're going to talk about all that stuff. So the first point I want to make is that if you have an interest in flying for the airlines, you have to get your head wrapped around the concept that you will be working on the major holidays. You'll be working on Christmas Day, New Year's Day, 4th of July, birthdays, all of those things. You will be working on the holidays, and you got to get the mentality that, you know, your normal life where you get to spend all those time with your family and friends, those are probably not going to happen all the time. Eventually, with a little bit of seniority here and there, as you kind of climb up that seniority list, it will get better. You'll start to get more and more time at home on those important holidays. But you gotta get the right mindset that you will be working those days away from your family.
Folks from the flight deck, good morning and welcome aboard Alaska flight. What's our flight number? 502. We're headed down to Austin. My name's Eric. I'm your captain. That's your first officer. He's going to fly us all down to Austin today. Just over 3.5 hours to get there. 3:31 exactly. 35,000 feet. It's going to be a pretty decent ride. About 2.5 hours. There's a little bumpy there's a rain on the panhandle of Texas. Welcome on board. Weather down in Austin. It's pretty nice. Scattered spots and temperature about 70 degrees this afternoon. Welcome on board. We'll be underway here in just a few minutes.
Once you accept that you will be working on those days and you kind of just get the right mindset, those days become just like any other day of the week. They don't really even exist in my mind. When I work like Christmas Day is just another day. I don't even really think about the holiday. I don't know. I'm not super cheery. I'm not super grumpy, whatever. I'm not mad at the world that I'm working. I'm also not really celebrating that holiday while I'm at work, and that's what I do. It's just like any other day at work, other than I wear my my Grinch tie and my Grinch hat, but other than that, it's just any other day. You learn to adapt to that, and your family learns to adapt to that. Your friends, your family, your kids, your wife, your spouse, whatever, you do what you need to do to still have a normal life. And by normal life, I mean celebrating Christmas on the 23rd or the 24th or maybe the 27th or 28th. I don't have my own kids, but I've flown with a lot of people that, you know, they say, we're having Christmas on the 28th today because that's when they get back from the trip. Their kids all make that adjustment. The kids are used to it, and your whole family kind of flexes and becomes adaptive to it. And then it becomes like any other normal holiday. Flying on the holidays isn't necessarily all that horrible. There are some pros and cons to it. There are some pros to it. Usually the company and a lot of the hotels, they hook us up with holiday meals. Thanksgiving. I spent Thanksgiving in Cleveland this year, and we had an awesome crew meal. We had turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, pumpkin pie. We had the works. And for that particular holiday, my family was my crew on that trip, and we had an awesome Thanksgiving dinner right there in the hotel. It was a lot of fun. Another big thing that we just got in our contract at my airline is we get now holiday pay, and every work group, it's different in their contract. I believe our flight attendants, they get either double time or time and a half for any trip that touches, or for the time that it touches that particular holiday. In the pilot contract that we just got, any trip that even touches certain holidays, you get an extra 5 hours of pay. So this is why I'm currently on a 4-day trip that touches New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, because I get 10 extra hours of pay for this trip just because of the holidays. At my age, I can't stay up till 8:30. I'm not cheering in the New Year's. I'm not doing any countdowns. My only countdown is the cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching from the extra 10 hours of pay. So it's super efficient to me, and that's why I chose this trip, because it had all that extra pay. It does a lot of hours and credit carrying into January, the new month. So there are some benefits to working on the holidays as well. All right, so we're Terry Black's Barbecue in Austin.
It's all old school Texas cooking, that live fire right there. That's it, and that's the only heat source, y'all. We're cooking with nothing but that live fire. That's local Texas post oak, man. That's that wall you see behind you. Post oak grows like a weed, so again, we're able to use that wood.
What is the wood called?
It's called post oak.
Okay.
White oak around here.
Yeah.
Cowboys used to make fence posts out of it, man.
That's the cool, secret. Right? No pecan, no cherry, no nothing.
And cherry is for super, again, something a different profile.
How much brisket in weight do you guys smoke a day?
Today's a super slow day, man, right? You're looking at about 1,500 pounds of brisket. Yeah, your human brain.
And that's just brisket?
This is brisket, man, right? Human brain can't process what we're doing out here, man, right?
That's nuts. That is nuts.
We're full of brisket right now. We're always cooking, man, right?
Yeah.
These are all going to be full of brisket at any given time. They take about 12 hours total, and this right here is going to be about 7 hours.
Like, look, can I see how much you fit in like one of these things?
Check that out, man.
Holy
my beautiful babies, that incredible color.
Yeah.
Listen to that drip we're seeing on there.
That's awesome.
Right? 250 degrees. Yeah, that's because I've been talking to y'all, and I look like the temperature's slipping.
How much you gotta like watch it? Like constantly all day?
Constantly. All day babysitting, y'all. It's a full-time thing. You stop babysitting for 10 minutes, the baby has a bad time, man.
That's funny, yeah.
Again, you gotta pay very close attention to every aspect of this fire, and of course how that translates to that internal temperature, guys, right?
was legit. Like, I am stuffed. I had the brisket. I never get mac and cheese, but damn, the mac and cheese was to die for. Another benefit that you may not think about is there's a lot of open trips over Christmas, over Thanksgiving, over New Year's, and then a lot of times the airline will start paying premium for those, time and a half, 200%, whatever the case might be. So if you're not opposed to working but can hold those holidays off, I can hold that off, wait till the last minute, and then wait for a trip to pop up in premium. So then you're going to get the 150% or maybe 200% pay plus those 5 hours of extra pay. Let's say this trip is worth 20 hours. I would be getting paid 30 hours of credit for the trip alone because it'd be 150% of pay plus another 5 hours for New Year's, 5 hours for New Year's Eve. So now I'm up to 40 hours of pay for a 3 or 4 day trip. So there's even more pay to be had if you are willing to work the holidays and if you're senior enough to hold them off, but then you play the game of trying to get a premium trip. Folks from the flight deck, welcome aboard. This is Alaska 282 headed out to Newark this morning. My name's Eric. I'm your captain. Jeff's your first officer. 4 awesome flight attendants in the back cabin with you for a flight out to Newark today. About 2,200 miles, 4 hours, 45 minutes of flight time, 33,000 feet. Should be a pretty smooth altitude. There might be a few bumps on the route. Keep your eye on that seatbelt sign on the way out there. Weather out in Newark right now, it's mostly clear skies. Temperatures in the low 40s. Welcome on board. We'll be underway here in just a few minutes. The bottom line is everybody kind of has their own strategy. If you're going to try to make extra money, you can do that. If you really, really want to try to stay at home and be with your family, you can probably do that now with the new contract. More people are willing to work over the holidays, but there's a lot of variables when it comes to flying and bidding around the holidays.